What's up, guys? Have you been thinking of starting a bakery business in Nigeria? Stick to the end of this video. This video is for you. Now, bakery business also is a lucrative business. Yes, it is a lucrative business because number one, Nigeria has the population. Nigeria has the population. That is number one. Number two, any business that has to do with food in Nigeria, as long as you get everything right and you know what you're doing, you will not make losses. Yes, you will not make losses because even as we are in Nigeria, we are not even producing enough food. Now, despite all the Dangotes, despite all the popular bakery businesses in Nigeria, can you believe that according to statistics, we are not producing enough food? So it is a profitable business. It is a profitable business that anyone wants to venture into. Now, let's now go to how to start this business proper. How can you start this business? Well, the first on my list here is for you to understand what bakery business is all about. Now, one of my mentors used to tell me that one of the worst things you can do as a young investor in Nigeria is to start any business without understanding what the business is all about. It's just like you investing your money in any stock you have no idea about. You need to understand any business, and this does not go for only bakery business. It goes for any other kind of business. Before you put in your money, before you put in your sweat, before you put in your everything into the business, you need to first understand the business. What are people seeing in this business that I am not seeing? You need to understand the business. What is the business all about? What are the ingredients used? How are they able to maximize profit from this business? What are they seeing that I am not seeing? As a newbie into the business, there are many things that will catch you unaware. But if you know all this information and you are able to get answer to them, to all your questions, despite the fact that you are a newbie into the business, things will not come to you all of a sudden and you won't be a novice to the business. So you need to understand the business. You need to understand the ingredients used in producing snacks. You need to understand the formula in preparation of these snacks. You need to understand the managerial aspect of the business. You need to understand the marketing aspect of the business. You need to understand what customers want. One of the things you can do to get your answer to all this is to, locate any bakery business around you. And, if possible, try and get one of their supervisors and, you can tip the person 5k 10k and tell the person that I would just like to have a 1 hour or 2 hour discussion with you. I don't know if that is okay. You set the time and date, get your questions ready, and I won't call it like an interview so to say, but just ask your questions. I will also advise that when you are asking all these questions, don't just assume that your brain will be able to grab all these answers. They say the shortest pen or pencil is longer than any memory. So that means when you write these things down, you can be able to refer to them anytime in future, unlike you thinking that your brain is capable of storing all this information. So you need to get this person or these people, really discuss with them, tell them your plans. This is what I plan doing. What do you think about this business? What do you think about the capital I'm planning to invest? Make them your friend. If possible, you can even promise them employment, that if they are able to tell you all this, when you start your bakery business, you will pay them more and they'll work for you. So that's that. So try to understand the business. The next one is to determine what you want. Yes, the fact that I talked about bakery business and I talked about the different types of business, and I said you can go into all, does not mean you should go into all. Remember here that this is your money. You are the one investing into this business, and all the risk falls on you at the end of the day. So you need to decide what you really want from the business, and you need to decide based on the market around you. The people around you or in your area, are they people that like pop-off, donut and the likes, or are they people that like bread? They focus majorly on bread. For example, on the island where I reside here in Lagos, bakery business that is involved in all sorts production of all sorts of snacks is very, very lucrative here, because the people in my area here, they consume different snacks on a daily basis. We have the middle class, we have the rich folks, we also have the poor folks, but we have majorly the middle class here, and they consume different kind of snacks. So you need to really decide on what you really want from the business. What aspect of the business do you want to go into? After this, you need to draw up your capital. Capital is very important in this business. You need to know how much you want to invest, and you need to know the money you want to invest. Is it enough to start this business? You might be thinking, okay, I want to invest 500,000. Yes, you want to invest 500,000, but on a real sense, in actual sense, can this money really start this business? So you need to consider all these things: money for registration, money for buying of equipment, money for renting a shop, money for payment of workers. You need to consider all these things. The next thing here is for you to register your bakery business. There are many regulatory authorities in Nigeria that you need to register your bakery business under. We have the CAC, Corporate Affairs Commission. This one is responsible for business registration of business names, and also responsible for the business side of your bakery. Then we also have the NAFDAC, which is responsible for the food side of your bakery, making sure that the food you are producing for Nigerians is hygienic enough for Nigerians to consume. You need all proper documents on these relevant or from these relevant authorities. You don't want to start your business 2 years into the business or 5 years into the business, you are making millions, and bam, you're sued for not registering under NAFDAC, or you're sued for not registering your business, and you have been sued 10 million, 15 million and the likes. So you need to do this to avoid all these cases or problems ahead. The next one here is to rent a shop. Now, in bakery businesses, there are two things you could do when it comes to renting a shop. You could either rent a small shop and simply sell all your bakery products in that shop, or you rent a big shop and sell and you rent a big shop and you produce, that is, you bake all your foods in the shop and you also sell in the shop. So I've seen many shops or many bakery businesses like this. I'm saying this because if you are thinking of renting a big shop, it might consume your expenses. But if you have a big apartment or you reside in a big apartment, you can be baking your product from home, rent a small shop that is not expensive, and you will still sell. So you need to think on this, which of this I just mentioned that you would go for. The next one is buying your bakery equipment and ingredients. Now, I must tell you, when it comes to buying of bakery equipment, there are equipment that are very, very expensive, especially if you want to buy them new. I would advise here, that is coming from my own end here, that based on your capital, you could either go for fairly used, buy any equipment that you feel is too expensive. You can buy the fairly used ones, and any equipment that you feel is okay, you can buy them new. As time goes by, you can replace all these fairly used equipment with new ones. Yes, Rome was not built in a day. You can start small, and as time goes by, buy all what you need and start in moving the business forward. As for the ingredient, when it comes to food business, because bakery business is under food business, so when it comes to food business, you need to consider buying your food from wholesalers. You can't say, today I just want to bake 50 loaves of bread. Let me go to Yarisika and buy 1 bag of flour or buy 2 bags of flour. For example, if you are supposed to buy that 2 bags of, let me say 1 bag of flour, for example, I can't remember how much a bag of flour is currently in Nigeria, but I'm giving you as an example that, let's say for example you are buying a bag of flour for 6,000 naira from the wholesaler. Yarisika will sell you, Yarisika has to make profit because she also buys from the wholesaler. Yarisika will sell you the bag of flour for 7,000 or 7,500, or let's say cheapest 6,007. So you need to buy your ingredients from wholesaler, whether you are producing a small quantity today or a small quantity tomorrow. What you need to do is to plan ahead. If you are going to need 15 bags to produce all your bread within a month, why not buy all your bags of flour and store them, rather than buying I need 1 bag of sugar today, I need this tomorrow. Buy all your ingredients wholesale, so that your cost of production will not be expensive. When your cost of production is expensive, you will not be able to make profit, because also your goods produced will be expensive. But when you buy from the wholesaler, it makes your goods produced not expensive, and you can charge at regular prices or sell at regular prices and make your profit. So these are the things you need to know. 7, you need to know how to sell your bakery product. You can't just wake up one day because you have the fund, start a bakery business, bake bread, cross your leg, and believe that people will come and buy. No. When it comes to starting a business, especially a business that is very new in the area, you need to advertise to people, you need to inform people. Now, what I will do here, if I am the person starting this business, is to first, tell my family and friends about the business, that I can, send them invitation on WhatsApp, send them invitation on Facebook, that I'm going to be launching my bakery so day. I would like them to come pay me a visit in my shop, just hang around with me. Send it to as many. You can even send it put it on your Facebook wall. If you have 600 friends, tell them to come around. This will draw crowd to your shop, and they will buy bread from you. One of the things that differentiates family from strangers is family will buy from you to support you. Strangers will not buy from you to support you. But when these strangers see that family is buying from you, they will also buy from you. So that is the trick you can use in selling your bakery product. When family come in to buy bread on a regular basis, today your neighbor comes to buy, tomorrow your co-worker at your former place of work comes to buy, and people in the area are just seeing people coming in and going out. They come in empty-handed, they go out with a bag or a nylon or a package. You say, definitely this person is getting something right as pertaining this confectionery business. so they would also come in and buy. Now let's go to the other parts of this business, which is how you can make profit from your bakery business. Now many people think the easiest thing is, or should I say the hardest thing rather, is to start a business. No, the hardest thing is not to start a business. The hardest thing is after starting, how can you make profit from this business? So that is what I want to share with us lastly. Now, to increase your profit in this bakery business, you need to know how to track your expenses. So that's my first point here. Track your expenses. You cannot be like the regular woman selling food in my 12 that will not write whatever she has sold. You need to write everything, from the money you spent empowering your gen, to your utility expenses monthly, to your cost of production monthly, to my salary of staff. Everything you need to write it down. At the end of the day, you compare all these expenses to the snacks or bakery goods you have sold. So for example, let's say at the end of the month, of the first month you open the bakery business, let's say all your expenses after calculating it is about give or take 250k, and you also calculated that okay, for the first month of opening, I sold bread of over maybe give or take 350,000 naira. Now when you minus your expenses from these money you've made, the money left is now your profit. So you spent 250k, you made 350k, so definitely you have made a profit of 100,000. So you need to always track your expenses. And when I say track your expenses here, you need to write things down. Don't just assume that you are making money. You can be making money whereas you are not really making money. For those of us that know much about business, you understand what I'm saying here. So the next part here is to buy your ingredients. To always make sure you buy your ingredients wholesale. I mentioned this earlier and I've explained much on it, so I'm not going to stress on that much. So the next one, deliver your goods, or always do delivery. Now it is very, very common in an area that people close to your shop or close to your business will easily walk in and buy from you. But let's not forget that there are people or consumers or customers outside your area or outside your scope that are willing to buy from you, but because of distance they can't buy from you. So if possible, you can buy a van, probably a Tokumbo van, or peradventure you can even rent on a daily basis just to supply to these inner areas, not necessarily to individual households, but to sellers, people that can sell your bakery product in this inner area. You will be able to increase your sales, which in turn increase your profit. Now let's quickly talk about challenges in bakery business, because you need to be aware of this. You need to know the good, the bad, and the ugly in any business so that you won't be caught off guard. Now before I go to the last part of this video, I need you, if you're new to the channel, I need you to subscribe. As you can see, we are giving out tons of information here, and we also want you to like the video, as this helps our algorithm on YouTube. So I need you to like the video, subscribe to the channel, so that you will not miss out on any of these things. You can see we are giving out quality information. If you don't subscribe, you will not be able to see these videos on YouTube. So subscribe so that you'll be able to get all these things and you won't miss out. So let's quickly go over the challenges in bakery business. When it comes to bakery businesses, there are losses that you can make, and one of those losses is burnt foods. There can be you need to make provision for burnt food. There can be burnt bread, burnt donut, burnt cake, and the like. So you need to make provision for them. I know some of them can come as ignorance, based on your workers not remembering to bring out whatever they have kept in the oven when it is due time. But let's not forget that they are also human, so you need to make a provision for this. Another challenge we have in bakery business in Nigeria is power outages. Yes, power outages. Now, we've been shouting up NEPA since when we were young, and even till now, that many of us have had our children, and many of us are let's say those that have not had children are planning to have their children. You notice that even till now it's still the same situation. So you need to prepare for this by getting a standard generator that will handle this. Now, if you are planning to go into this business and you need quality information, or you need business plan for this business, I can write it for you. All you have to do is contact me via my email. Now, as I was saying, so you need to get a standard generator. Lastly, constant rise in the cost of ingredients. This is another factor. There was a time when bread was extremely expensive. It was as if they were using gold to make bread. That time, I remember then vividly, the regular breads you could find in the market, especially the low priced ones, just disappeared. All in the name of flour became expensive. Now, at that period, it was only the middle class and the rich that could eat bread. The poor class stopped eating bread. Now, this is one of the things that could affect bakery businesses. When prices of ingredients become scarce or become expensive due to foreign exchange and the likes. But there's a way you can cut on this. There's a way you can prepare for this, and one of these ways is to always buy your ingredients ahead. Buy your ingredients wholesale. Buy your ingredients ahead. Now, I believe that I've talked extensively on this video, but if you need more information on this, you can visit the blog agrigbamen.com/bakery business Nigeria and read the article I wrote on this topic or on this business. That's that on this video. I'll see you guys next time. Like I said earlier, like, subscribe, and also feel free. Is there anything I didn't mention in the video that probably you would have loved to listen to or get proper information on as regards the business? Drop a comment below and I will answer them ASAP. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.